if I had to say I made one mistake with this, it would have been not making a series on it, because this has been such a changing experience, getting into mechanical work. And Willie, your tail is obnoxious. Come, stop. So, yeah, good. So on this beautiful day, I wanted to show off the PW80 before it goes bye-bye very soon, because this will be going up on the market very soon, so I won't have this for too long. But let's go over what it is, what I've done to it, and why it's special. Also, I want to mention that I will be getting another project bike, and I'll make a full series on that, and it's going to be much bigger. So this is a 2002 PW80. It's a Yamaha, and PW stands for Pee-wee. You'll also hear these being called Y-zingers. So it's an 80cc engine. It is a 2-stroke. It does not have a power band. And I think they made these from like the 80s up until early 2000s. So let's go over what I've done to it. Brand new head, jug, piston, spark plug coil, crankshaft, main bearings. I redid like gaskets. I just used gasket maker on this one because it's a small engine, whatever. So when I first built this, it had a big problem because it ran backwards. So I've had this thing fully apart twice. Still don't know why I did that. So let me show you some more stuff. I restored the chain. I didn't put a new chain on it because I didn't want to spend a lot of money to do that, because I already spent, I think the last thing I bought was that coal. So what I did was, and if you guys have a rusty chain, especially like a little bike like this, let me give you the best tip ever. Put it in a tub with vinegar. Fill it completely up with vinegar over whatever the object is, and then put 2 tablespoons or 2 spoons, whatever, I don't measure like that, but put 2 spoons of salt in it to activate it, and it completely took the rust off of it. Then what I did was, it was real loose on it, what was on there, so I took it off, took it out of the vinegar, and took a wire brush over it, and then sprayed it down with some WD-40 penetrating oil. This is the old crankshaft that I took out of it, which I will also be giving away with it in case someone ever has a use for it. This is the real Yamaha one. But it has, if I lay it out, I don't know if you'll be able to see it. It's got some up and down play, not side to side play, that don't really matter, but it's got up and down play in the rod, which is known as rod knock. It means this is on its way out. What am I trying to show you? Oh, yes, I ended up having to buy 2 brand new pistons for it. So I'll also be giving away this brand new, maybe, I don't think it was ever fired piston. Just got some, it's aluminum, so it won't hurt that. And here's the original piston that was seized in the cylinder, so that's why I put a new top end all on it, because it was seized and had quite a bit of scoring, as you can see when I show you the, here it is. This is the original jug, and it's been this filthy for a while. I removed the exhaust. There's a little plate that goes into the to the exhaust that limits how much the exhaust can exit. So this thing's got a couple more horses than the other one. Another thing that I did is I deactivated the automatic oil injection pump, which I really don't trust. I never tested to even see if it works, but you can see a little hose coming off of it, and this coming off the carburetor, which I probably am going to cut off or something, but that goes to the oil pump. But I just have it hanging down because I'm not using it. So, check the oil, except it's really tight in there. So a couple mods I'm considering once I get it running a little better as well. This oil has been horrible. These air boxes, a lot of people will drill holes, usually right here. I've seen them with like 6 holes, like 3 and 3, or even more, or even 2 holes on the side, but I don't like that as much because I think it wouldn't go through the air filter, which is really clean in here, and I didn't even change it. Pretty clean filter. But I'm trying to get it lined out right now because it don't run perfect right now. But I'm trying to get those idler screws fixed and get it lined out, which just uses a little screwdriver. I had to drill out one of them pretty bad. Also put an inline fuel filter. Okay, so I've moved back to this little overhang. It smells like pee for some reason, Willie. So now I'm going to try and adjust the carburetor, and you guys will get to hear this bike run for the first time. I do want to say something before we get into making it run. If anybody's here because they have a PW80 and they're trying to figure out something, they don't quite understand on it, please leave a comment, because I've had every bolt in this undone, you know, full rebuild gears and everything. So if anybody has any questions because they don't know how something works on it or they're really struggling with something, please comment, and you know, I might even pick your brain about a couple things, because there is some things I don't quite understand on it, but I've got a pretty good grasp on this machine by now. So I'm going to set up the camera, put it on that stand, and try to show you guys me dialing in that carb. I'm going to do 2 pumps of throttle. One thing to note before I go, if you disabled your air pump, also, not your air pump, your oil pump, the bike will be running a little rich, I think, no, lean. It'll have too much air in it because the carburetor is expecting that oil to be coming in another port, so just keep that in mind. Okay, we got a hit. Okay, I don't know if you can hear me, but we're going to let that idle for a little while till it gets warm so that it'll be a fair test. We're gonna let the screw out a little bit. I'm gonna do So it did what it was doing last night, which is I got around the house about 1/2 time before it died. I don't quite know what's wrong with it. I'm pretty sure it's just them adjustments, but I ain't too good at adjusting it. So next thing I'm going to try is plugging one of those pops, because I know the oil pipe goes to one way. What's that go to? Ow. Who would have thought exhaust's hot? Really, do you know that exhausts are hot? I probably even knew that. Okay, well, I'm going to get this dialed in a little bit. And I might do an update video on it, but I'm going to leave it here for this video because I just want to get it up quick and maybe get some attention on the project. But yeah, and I think right there, that pipe right there is supposed to go, if I had a screwdriver to touch it, something, but that pipe's supposed to go right there. So I'm going to plug off that pipe with a small diameter pipe brave, and I'll take the pipe off that one and plug the pump with something else. And then I'll put a little screw in the end of it, and around the screw I'll put just a little bit of gasket.